भगवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके
भगवते उत्तमश्लोके
भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी।
श्रीमद्भागवतम कैंटो 2 chapter 4 verse 15 यत्कीर्तनं यत्स्मरणं यदीक्षणं
यत्कीर्तनं
यत्कीर्तनं
यत्स्मरणं
यत्स्मरणं यदीक्षणं
यद्वन्दनं यच्श्रवणं यदर्हणम्
यद्वन्दनं यच्छ्रवणं यदर्हणम्
लोकस्य सद्यो विदुनोति कल्मषम्
लोकस्य
लोकस्य
सद्यो
सद्यो
विदुनोति
विदुनोति
कल्मषम्
कल्मषम्
तस्मै सुभद्रश्रवसे नमो नमः
तस्मै
तस्मै
सुभद्रसे
शुभद्राश्रवसे
नमो
नमो
नमः।
नमः।
यत्कीर्तनं यत्स्मरणं यदीक्षणम्
यत्कीर्तनं
यत्कीर्तनं
यत्स्मरणं
यत्
क्षणम्
यद्वन्दनं यच्श्रवणं यदर्हणम्
यद्वन्द्वनं
यद्वन्दनं
यक्षवणं यदर्हणम्
लोकस्य सद्यो विदुनोति कल्मषम्
लोकस्य
लोकस्य
सद्यो
सद्यो विदुनोति
विद्नोति कल्मषम्
कल्मषम्
तस्मै सुभद्रश्रवसे नमो नमः
तस्मै
तस्मै
सुभद्रे
शुभद्राश्रवसे
श्रवसे
नमो
नमो
नमः।
नमः।
यत्कीर्तनं यत्स्मरणं यदीक्षणम्
यत्कीर्तनं यत्स्मरणं यदीक्षणम्
यद्वन्दनं यच्श्रवणं यदर्हणम्
यद्वन्द्वनं यक्षवणं यदर्हणम्
लोकस्य सद्यो विदुनोति कल्मषम्
लोकस्य सद्यो
सद्यो
विदुनोति
विदुनोति कल्मषम्।
कल्मषम्
तस्मै सुभद्रश्रवसे नमो नमः
तस्मै सुभद्र श्रवसे
श्रवसे
नमो
नमो
नमः।
नमः।
यत्कीर्तनं यत्स्मरणं यतीक्षणम्
यत्कीर्तनं यत्स्मरणं यदीक्षणम्
यद्वन्दनं यत्श्रवणं श्रवणं यदर्हणम्
यद्वन्दनं यत्श्रवणं यदर्हणम्
लोकस्य सद्यो विदुनोति कल्मषम्
लोकस्य सद्यो विदुनोति कल्मषम्
तस्मै सुभद्रा श्रवसे नमो नमः।
तस्मै शुभद्राश्रवसे नमो नमः। यत्कीर्तनं यत्स्मरणं यदीक्षणम्
यत्कीर्तनं यत्स्मरणं यदीक्षणम्
यद्वन्दनं यत्श्रवणं यदर्हणम्
यद्वन्दनं यश्रवणं यदर्हणम्
लोकस्य सद्यो विदुनोति कल्मषम्
लोकस्य सद्यो विदुनोति कल्मषम्
तस्मै शुभद्राश्रवसे नमो नमः।
तस्मै सुभद्रा श्रवसे नमो नमः।
Translation purport by Divine Grace Savvy Charnarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
जय।
जय।
Synonyms: Yat, whose.
यत्
यत्
Kirtanam, glorification.
कीर्तनं
कीर्तनं
ग्लोरिफिकेशन।
ग्लोरिफिकेशन।
Yat, whose.
यत्
यत्
Smaranam, remembrances.
स्मरणं
स्मरणं
रिमेम्बरेन्स।
रिमेम्बरेन्स।
Yat, whose.
यत्
यत्
Ikshanam, audience.
ईक्षणम् ऑडियंस।
ऑडियंस।
Yat, whose.
यत्
Vandanam, prayers.
वंदनं प्रेयर्स।
Yat, whose.
यत्
यत्
Shravanam, hearing about.
श्रवणं हियरिंग अबाउट।
Yat, whose.
यत्
Arhanam, worshipping.
अर्हणं वर्शिपिंग।
वर्शिपिंग।
Lokasya, of all people.
लोकस्य
लोकस्य
ऑल
ऑल
पीपल।
पीपल।
Sadhya, forthwith.
Sadhya forthwith.
Vidunoti specifically cleanses.
Vidunoti specifically cleanses.
Kalmasham, effects of sins.
Kalmasham, effect of
Effects
sins.
of sins.
Tasmai, unto him.
Tasmai unto him.
Subhadra, all auspicious.
Shubhadra, all
auspicious.
auspicious.
Shravase, one who is heard.
Shravase, one who is heard.
Nama, my due obeisances.
Nama, my
due
due obeisances.
Namaha, again and again.
Namaha, again and again.
Again and again.
Translation, please repeat after me. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all auspicious Lord Sri Krishna,
Let me offer my
Offer my respectful obeisances unto the all auspicious Lord Sri Krishna,
about whom glorification, remembrances, audience, prayers, hearing, and worshipping
about whom glorification,
glorification,
remembrances, audience, prayers, hearing, and worship
worship
can at once cleanse the effects of all sins of the performer.
can at once cleanse the effects of all sins of the performer.
Purport.
The sublime form of religious performances to free oneself from all reactions of sins is suggested herein by the greatest authority, Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Kirtanam, or glorifying the Lord, can be performed in very many ways, such as remembering, visiting temples to see the deity, offering prayers in front of the Lord, and hearing recitations of glorification of the Lord mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. Kirtanam can be performed both by singing the glories of the Lord in accompaniment with melodious music and by recitation of scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. The devotee need not to be disappointed in the physical absence of the Lord. Though they may think of not being associated with Him, the devotional process of chanting, hearing, remembering, etc., either all or some of them, or even one of them, can give us the desired result of associating with the Lord by discharging the transcendental loving service of the Lord in the above manner. Even the very sound of the holy name of Lord Krishna or Rama can at once surcharge the atmosphere spiritually. We must know definitely that the Lord is present wherever such pure transcendental service is performed, and thus the performer of offenseless Kirtanam has positive association with the Lord. Similarly, remembrance and prayers also can give us the desired result if they are properly done under expert guidance. One should not concoct form of devotional service. One may worship the form of the Lord in a temple, or one may impersonally offer the Lord devotional prayers in a mosque or a church. One is sure to get free from the reactions of sins provided one is very careful about not committing sins willingly in expectation of getting free from the reactions by worshipping in the temple or by offering prayers in the church. This mentality of committing sins willfully on the strength of devotional service is called namno balad yasya hi papa buddhi, and it is the greatest offense in the discharge of devotional service. Hearing, therefore, is essential in order to keep oneself strictly on guard. Could you please scroll up?
Yeah, mouse is giving the problem.
Strictly on guard against such falls of sins, and in order to give special stress to the hearing process, the Goswami invokes all auspicious fortune in this matter.
Hari Tat So, Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananyanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताकस्वामिन् प्रीति नामिने नमो आचार्यपदाय निताय कृपप्रदायिने गौरकथा दामधाय नगरग्रामतारिणे नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमाचार्यपदाय निताय कृपप्रदायिने गौरकथा दामधाय नगरग्रामतारिणे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हराय नाम कृष्ण यादवाय नाम हरे गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदनम् मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्यमीश्वरम् हरि ओम tat sat. So very beautiful words and very beautiful purport. Very beautiful purport actually. The sublime form of religious performance is to free oneself from all reactions of sins is suggested herein by the greatest authority, Sukadeva Goswami. Kirtanam. So wonderful. Actually, the Prabhupada is telling here, very stressing upon the, hearing, also stressing upon the not commit sinful activities because it nullifies the sinful activities. But it does not approve sinful activities. It does not give authority to commit sinful activities just because you know the process to nullify them. It's very important. So there are 10 kinds of offenses that is described. And the most important point is the committing sin on the strength of the chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This is a fact that as soon as you chant Krishna, all your resultant action of sinful activity is immediately nullified. But if we again commit that sins, that's up to you. So we should not make it a business that let me go on committing sins and it will be counteracted by chanting. No, this is not good. This is the greatest offense. Sometimes in Christian church, there is confession. And again, they go and commit the same sin. And next time, again, confession. Not like that. That's not good. One confession admitting, excused. But not that you commit sins over and over again and it will be excused. No, it will not be. Similarly, you cannot commit sins on the strength of chanting because that becomes an offense, greatest offense actually. So, the chanting of Hare Krishna is exactly like the lion's roar, Prabhupada says. As a lion's roar frightens all small creatures, the chanting of Hare Krishna ends on all sinful reactions. He repeatedly warned the devotees, however, to avoid the most dangerous offense, that of committing sins on the strength of the holy name. It's very important. Even if you fall down, there is no loss. That is a statement of Narad Muni. If one takes to Krishna sincerely and executes devotional service, but then again falls down, still he will come back. Just like we have practical experience. Many of the devotees, they have fallen down, but whatever sincere service he has rendered, that is his permanent credit. And one day he will be served. Just like Ajamila. So this is very, very important point to understand that we should not commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. And another is hearing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stressed on hearing. Deity worship should be continued along with hearing and chanting. Here worshipping was given, hearing is there. So chanting, hearing, along with that only the deity worship is done. Therefore, every mantra is preceded by the word Namah. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya. In all the mantras, there are specific potencies. The Grahastha devotees, they must take advantage of it. Many mantras preceded by the word Nama. One chants the holy name of the Lord, he receives the result of chanting Nama many times. So by chanting the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna Mahamandra, one can reach the platform of love of God. One might ask, then what is the necessity of being initiated? The answer is, even though the chanting of the holy name is sufficient to enable one to progress in spiritual life to the standard of love of Godhead, one is nonetheless susceptible to contamination because of possessing a material body. Consequently, special stress is given to the Archana Vidhi. One should therefore regularly take advantage of both the Bhagavata process and Pancharatrika process. And to the Archana Vidhi, you need to be initiated. Deity worship, it has two divisions. One is pure, another is mixed with fruitive activities. So those who are steady, deity worship is compulsory. Observing the various types of festivals, Janmashtami, Ram Navami, Narasimha Chaturdasi. So these are all part of deity worship process. So it's compulsory for a householder to observe these festivals. Now, when you worship the deity, there are offenses. For example, to enter into the temple with shoes or being carried on a palanquin is an offense. Not to observe the prescribed festivals is an offense. To avoid offering obeisances in front of the deity is an offense. To offer prayers in an unclean state, not having washed one's hands after eating, is an offense. To offer obeisances with one hand is an offense. To circumambulate directly in front of the deity is an offense. To spread one's legs before the deity is an offense. To sit before the deity while holding one's ankle with one's hands is an offense. To lie down before the deity is an offense. To eat before the deity is an offense. To speak lies before the deity is an offense. To address someone loudly before the deity is an offense. To talk nonsense before the deity is an offense. To cry before the deity is an offense. To argue before the deity is an offense. To chastise somebody before the deity is an offense. To show someone favor before the deity is an offense. To use harsh words before the deity is an offense. To wear a woolen blanket before the deity is an offense. To blaspheme someone before the deity is an offense. To worship someone else before the deity is an offense. To use vulgar language before the deities, like that, you have lots and lots of, uh, vigraha, aparad, which you have to uh, Around 32 offenses while worshipping the deity that should be avoided. And in Varaha Purana, also some offenses are mentioned, like to eat in the house of a rich man, to enter the deity's room in the dark, to worship the deity without following the regulative principle, to enter the temple without vibrating any sound, to collect food that has been seen by a dog, to break silence while offering worship to the deity, to go to toilet during the time of worshipping the deity, to offer incense without offering flowers, to worship the deity with the forbidden flowers, to begin worship without having washed one's teeth, to begin worship after sex, to touch a lamp, dead body, or women during her menstrual period, or put on red or bluish clothing, unwashed clothing, the clothing of others or soiled clothing, other offenses, like that. You have so many such offenses are there. To chew upon and beetle net before the deity, to keep flowers for worship on the leaf of a castor oil plant, to worship the deity in the afternoon, to sit on the altar or sit on the floor to worship the deity without a seat, to touch the deity with the left hand while bathing the deity, to worship the deity with a stale or used flowers, to spit while worshipping the deity, to advertise one's glory while worshipping the deity. Like that, you have so many, to apply tilaka to one's forehead in a curved way. All these things, a lot of offenses are there. And if you commit any of these offenses knowingly or unknowingly, you must read at least one chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This is mentioned in the Skanda Purana, Avanti Khanda. So, that is very, very important to worship deity for the Grahasthas as well as to chant the holy name without committing sins. So, hearing is so important. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's preaching work also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has given this propaganda of Sankirtana movement. He has given stress on this hearing process. Sthane sthita srutigatam tanuvan manobi. You can remain in your place. We don't say that you change your place. Wherever you are, you remain. If you are American, you remain there. If you are in Patna, you remain there. But you can hear, like this Zoom classes are there. You are Hindu, you remain Hindu. You are Muslim, you remain Muslim. We don't say that first of all you become a Hindu or this or that. No. We simply request, please hear. That's all. This is the yoga system, hearing yoga system. We don't say, press the nose, you do this, you do that, do pranayama. No. We say the regulative principle or four, you follow that, chant Hare Krishna, hear Bhagavatam, wherever you are. So when you want to become intimate friend or member, then we say, okay, you have to follow the rules and regulation, that he will agree. Huh? So hearing is so important thing. Shravanam means hearing. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was talking with Ramananda Raya, the process of self-realization. For those who have got teachings of Lord Chaitanya, they would have read it. When Ramananda Raya and Lord Chaitanya speaking, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking Ramananda Raya, what is the best process for self-realization? Because the life is meant for self-realization. This human life is meant for self-realization, Atma Tattva. Otherwise, it is animal life. Like cats and dogs. They're not interested in self-realization. Human life is meant for that. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has questioned Ramananda Rai that what is the best process of self-realization? So first of all, Ramananda Raya has recommended Varnashrama Charavatha Purushena Parapuman. Vishnu Raradyate Pumsam Nanya Tattosha Karanam. The real business is to Vishnu Aradhanam, the all-pervading Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is within the atom, who is within your heart, and who is also in his Goloka Vrindavan, that all-pervading. So Varnashrama Dharma means how to realize that Supreme, all-pervading Godhead, that is Varnashrama Dharma. So, they're all required. It's not that simply you have got a nice brain like Professor Einstein and that will do. No. You must have hands also. You must have belly. You must have legs. So like that, the society should have varnashrama. Divisions are very scientific. The life's aim is self-realization. Vishnu, not the skyscrapers. Hmm? So civilization is that living entity who is using these resources to know what is the actual business. Civilization means self-realization. What I am forced to die, why I am forced to die, I don't like to die. That is civilization. When all this inquiry will come into one's mind, well, I don't wish to die. Why death is there? Why it is forced upon me? I don't wish to be deceased. Why this disease is forced upon me? Huh? When this why question will come, no, that is humanity. And if he remains dull, all right, let me die, then he is cat and dog. That's all. So human civilization is not meant for living like animals, cats and dogs. So Ramananda Raya was proposing this Varnashrama, Charavata. He quoted from Vishnu Purana. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is rejected. He immediately rejected, you see. So scientific institution of Varnashrama Dharma system is rejected already by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's coming from very early age. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is external here. Say something better, no? So in this way, Ramananda Raya was putting some better proposal than Varnashrama Dharma, then Varnashrama Tyaga. He said, okay, if it is not good, let us Tyaga. I renounce it. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaking, no, that is also not very important. So neither accepting Varnashrama is important nor rejecting it is important. Just see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he quoted one words, Ramananda Raya, he quoted one verse from Bhagavatam that was spoken by Brahma. Jnana prayasam udapasya namanta eva. When one gives up this nonsense speculative process, because everyone is speculating, scientist, philosopher. So this is first rejected. Brahma says, Brahma's experience is the topmost living creature within this universe. He said that when a person will give up this nonsense habit of speculation, jnane prayasam udapasaye, he must become submissive. One should not pose himself that he knows something. He can speculate something. He can invent something. No. So just like the so-called scientists, they are simply speculating and wasting labor. Nothing can be done by you. Everything is already arranged. You cannot change. You can simply see how the law is working. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was informed by Ramananda Raya this statement of Brahma that one should give up the speculative method that can create something, the nonsense habit should be given up. He must become very humble, humbler than the grass, just like we trample over the grass. It does not protest. All right, sir, you go. That type of humbleness, Trinadapi Sunishena Tarorapi Saishnuna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Jnane Prayasam Udapasya Namanta Eva. I give up the speculative process and I become humbler. As you advise, then what is my next duty? Namanta eva, being humble. Sanmukha haritam bhavadi yavartam. You should approach a person who is a devotee. You remain in your place. You remain wherever you are. You remain whatever you are. Remain Indian, American, Hindu, Muslim, doesn't matter. Okay? You remain black, you remain white, you remain woman, you remain man. Whatever you are, simply you lend your ear to the discourses given by the realized soul. This is recommended. And when you hear, then you will contemplate also. Just like you are hearing me. If you contemplate that, what he said, Sthane stita sruti gatam thanuvan manobi sruti gatam. Sruti means just receiving through the ear. If you contemplate and try to understand with your body, mind, then gradually you will get your self-realization. Contemplation is not speculation. Self means super self. The Paramatma you have to realize. He is a supreme self. Ajita. So you must carry his order. You surrender. God says, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Saranam Raja. So you will learn God. Not that, oh, I shall know God, I have got good intelligence, speculate. No. So hearing is very important. We are talking of the hearing. The hearing process is so important. The Krishna consciousness movement has spread because the students who have joined us, they heard oral reception of Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the senior devotees. They heard. Everything was changed within themselves. And then they have changed others. So hearing is so important. That is why so many centers and temples are opened all over the world to give a chance to the people to hear the right thing from the right souls. So you should take advantage of this particular hearing. Krishna is speaking in Bhagavad Gita. Hear from him. He is present through his words in Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada is present through his books. Guru Maharaj is live present. Every day he is speaking to us. Here. So this hearing is given very big stress by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So any questions or comments or realization you can share with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for the observation. We'll resume our class tomorrow morning sharp at 8 o'clock. Till then, Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
Jai.
वैष्णव प्रणाम.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो नमः.
नमः. जय श्री गुरु महाराज की जय.
Jai.
निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि
हरि हरि हरि हरि हरि हरि बोल.